is to turn ludicrous, frantic, and sad. Hofesh, first of all, I'd just like to acknowledge the company's performance last evening, which was a great pleasure to see. Can you tell us something about your background and how you first became involved in dance?
Sure. I actually started dancing in school. Very, very young, at about 9 or 10, but folk dancing. This is something that everybody is doing in Israel. It was 1 hour a week. In the end of the week, everybody gathered in something that looked a bit like that, not as happy and shiny, but and we did some folk dancing. And actually, I found it very embarrassing to sort of like move. I was 9, 10 years old, but the teacher there thought that I'm quite talented for dance, and she proposed me to. She thought it would be a good idea for me to go and audition for a youth dance company for folk dancing in Jerusalem. And actually, I was not interested at all because that was all just challenging and hard. But my best friend told me that this youth dance company is the best thing ever. And he was right. We went to the auditions, and I was quite excited about the social side of it, about that feeling that there was like this tribe of people, and they all belonged to that company, and they were touring around the world. And that was the first time I kind of made a decision to join that tribe. And joined the youth dance company of folk, and then I decided to go and study in the academy in Jerusalem, and from there, that was when I was 15, and from there, when I was 18, I joined the junior company of Batsheva, and then Batsheva Dance Company, and then that's it. I was a dancer. Boom.
But I'm conscious also that you trained as a percussionist, so how did you align the two studies, given that both require a huge amount of commitment?
I sort of like did my career as a dancer, and when I was about 22, I wasn't sure that that's what I wanted to do in life, and I wanted to go back to music. I studied piano when I was 6 years old, and actually, when I went into dance, I sort of abandoned the piano studies and the music, and I sort of thought, wow, I want to go back to the world of music, and just decided to start and study percussion. So I literally left everything and just went for something new, and did that for a while. But then, of course, you have to survive, and I was a professional dancer, so I found myself teaching and doing some little projects and stuff like that. And sort of juggling, the two things. But for a while, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was sort of going between dance and music.
And at what point did the choreographic voice start tapping, and when was that generated?
I think I always had the urge to create, actually, and it was something that was knocking on some inner door all the time. But I felt very scared, actually, to when you create, it's kind of, the feeling is like whatever you put out there, you get a sense that is you. Maybe this is who you are, and this is very scary. That was very scary for me. But I arrived to England at a certain point and was a dancer for about 2 years, and then really came a point where I felt I don't want to work with other people. I don't want to sort of fulfill other people's visions anymore, but I want to, there was just this feeling I have to do my own thing. Nothing else was creative enough, really. And then I sort of jumped into the water. I decided to try to be a choreographer for a year. I sort of decided not to take any dance works, and I had some money saved up, and I started to create a duet. That's my girlfriend at the time was a dancer. I was like, "Do you wanna try?" And we just went for it. Yeah.
Right. In watching Political Mother last evening, there's a universality in the message that clearly speaks to everyone present, especially with the images and events in Syria so much to the fore right now. Since its premiere in 2010, how's the work been received